السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله
كيف
وبركاته.
كيف الح... كيف الحال يا اخوان؟ حياكم الله. How's
Like,
everything? Welcome back, Abu American.
good to be here, man. Like always, bro.
Good to be here. Good to be here. How are you doing, guys? Taj is waiting since like 10 minutes. You most
I love that
welcome,
brother,
Taj.
man. Never met him face to face, but I love that brother, man. MashaAllah.
Yeah, how you doing, Taj? Okay, I have a lot of information, pictures, and data about this war. Like when I want to know things, like I do not get it off my head like for weeks. I keep reading and researching, reading and researching to get the truth, man. It is so hard to get the truth these days because if you follow the mainstream, they will fill your head with bullshit. Really? What do you
Yeah.
think about America?
Dude, the moment all this stuff started, I knew something was wrong because anytime the mainstream media takes on a cause or takes on something, it's never the right one. You know what I mean? These were the guys talking about mask mandates and mandatory vaccinations and this and that. When have these guys ever been on our side? The mainstream media.
Hmm,
So when they start championing somebody's cause, I already know something's wrong.
hmm, hmm. And especially like when all the mainstream, the Western mainstream media gather and agree on something and attack someone viciously, like that's have to light some bulb in your head. Like, why? There is something with this dude. Like, why all of them are hitting on him?
Yeah,
He must be really pissing them off. So
absolutely.
that's
There
it.
has to be something about it.
Okay, I got presentation and I got some pages that I want to show you guys. Some pieces of data. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, in the beginning, why I'm interested in talking about such things, and a lot of brothers in Arabic world and in the Western world are saying like we are out of this. Like let them destroy each other, and like we will keep safe. And اللهم اضرب الظالمين بالظالمين, which is this dua, واخرجنا منهم سالمين. Those days that conflict between countries do not affect you, it's gone since 100 years. Now we live in very well connected world. So if there is a conflict between two major countries in any part of the world, it will affect you while you like it or you don't. It will affect you. Tens of millions of tons of grains are uh, are imported from Russia and Ukraine to the Middle East. If they cut their exports, you will never find the bread to eat. So do not tell me, let's everybody know, let them destroy each other and we will be okay. No, you will not be okay. You will not be okay. That's if that affects us on on all levels. Even affects United States itself. Look at the gas prices. Did you hear about that? Like in some
Mhm.
states, it reaches $7 per gallon. That's crazy.
It's insane here in Germany right now too. I'm blessed because I'm closer to Poland than I am to Berlin. So I drive across the border to Poland and gas up there. It's significantly cheaper.
Hmm, that's interesting. So it's getting expensive in Germany also, right?
Mad expensive. It's always been expensive here, but now it's not even normal. It's not even reasonable expensive, dude. It's like just it's stupid expensive.
Hmm, hmm. And even United States American people are getting angry on the Democrats. But of course,
Mm.
Biden is saying it's not my fault. It's Putin's fault, guys. It's never been my fault. I do nothing. I do nothing. Of course, and the Democrats will accept him and clap for him
Yeah.
like Kamala Harris when he was saying, "You will never get the hearts of the Iranian people." He was talking about the Ukrainian, but he says the Iranian people, and
These
everybody
guys.
was clapping. I said, "What? Like, how dumb you have to be to just cheer someone who just doing such mistakes?"
Dude, what's funny about this is it's like nobody's even paying attention to the fact that this is like a fight that America's been pushing Ukraine into for quite some time. I mean, obviously, there's always been
Mm,
tensions always between Russia and Ukraine, but this recent fight, this is something that America's been pushing, like just egging them on. And so
mm.
it's like it's not surprising that this is taking place, now. And I mean, I squarely put the blame on, the United States. They've been just pushing this fight, like, hey, let's you and him have a fight. And now it happened. Stupid. And why is it? For gas and oil prices, for US interests. Excuse me, for US interests. So, but that's nothing new, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
It's a
guess
mess, man.
there is a colonel of the United States Army. They got him on Fox News. He was
Mm-hmm.
and they was asking, what about the war? He said Putin was telling us since 15 years that do not expand and do not reach my border. Guys,
Yeah.
do not expand the NATO. Do not reach my border. Do not put nuclear weapons around my border. I will never
Yeah.
accept this and I will attack. He's been telling them this since 15 years. And he says, we chose to ignore him. We chose to ignore the guy. Like we was ignoring him on purpose. So when he attacked Ukraine, surprise. No, it is not surprise. You've been
Mm-mm.
doing this. You've been doing this since long time, and he've been telling you, no, don't do that. That's not acceptable. And by the way, if you know about American, there is two agreement between the first one before they dismantled the Soviet Union in
Mm-hmm.
91, and the second one was when they dismantled the Warsaw Alliance with the United States and the NATO to not be expand. United States agreed on to not expand the NATO, and they did it anyway.
Yeah. You know, it makes the United States has experience with this. And so that's why I'm surprised that this is a surprise. The Cuban Missile Crisis was basically the reverse of this, where the United States was like, we cannot tolerate having Russian weapons military in Cuba. It's right at our doorstep. And that turned into
Yeah,
literally
in
the
66.
missile, the
Yeah,
Cuban Missile Crisis. And now they want to do the same thing to Russia in reverse and act like, yo, we haven't been here before, just in reverse. This is the problem with people not learning history properly or learning it from, rose colored tinted glasses of like nationalism. I understand, love your country. Fine, go ahead, love your country. I don't have a problem with that. But let's not be blind either about what's actually happening. Know the truth from falsehood. But a lot of
mm,
people, it's too much work for them. Like they say, this is all propaganda. And there's a saying, it's like propaganda is not designed to fool the critical thinker. It Propaganda is designed to give a moral coward an excuse not to think at all. Because when you have to think about the situation, you understand that means you have to take action. And so now, what's your options? Take action or be a coward. So propaganda exists to give people an excuse not to take action at all.
yeah,
That's what we see right now.
yeah. You just remind me with the Cuba missiles situation. It was in October '66, as I remember,
Mm,
when Russia planted some ballistic missiles and nuclear missiles in Cuba. It is around the border of the United States. So
yep.
what did John Kennedy was there, the president? What did John Kennedy do exactly? He threatened Cuba to wipe them out, to turn Cuba into dust.
Yep.
Like, and things was heating and escalating like for 14 days, and unless they took off all the missiles.
Yep.
So, and everybody cheered him. Like he was the hero for doing that. But
Yeah.
now is Putin doing the same thing, but he's the bad guy. Surprise.
Well, they're not allowed to do that. We are allowed to do that.
Yes,
Okay,
you're
you
right.
know,
You're not an American, so you can't do what
exactly.
we do.
You are not allowed to do that, sir.
As they say in Poland, African, Arabs, Asian go to another border, but white people with blonde hair, blue eyes, you're most welcome as refugees. You know, double
Yeah,
standard, man. We have our own world.
they don't see it like that, unfortunately, and that's the crazy part about all this. You know that yeah. But what
It
can you
is.
do, man?
So, so let's start. I'll start to share the screen.
Please do.
Okay, okay. The window, Google. Yeah, this one. Okay, okay. Let's start by this. Do you see this about American? Like, is it
I
clear?
do. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a website which is observe and analyze the data for countries, the economic data. And here we are looking at the export and import indicators on for Russia. Okay,
Okay.
I want you to understand, guys, uh, what is Russia on economic level, on resources level, because the American sanctions and the NATO sanctions is really made me laugh, made me really laugh. So they are banning Russian people from Pornhub. Okay, that will
TikTok,
hurt them a lot. TikTok. So
Facebook, man.
there is no Starbucks anymore. They can ban you from eating bread. So you are banning them from Pornhub. So that you think you're hurting them. They're banning them from Netflix. Okay, have a look here. The crude petroleum and the petroleum gas. Look at here. It is 123 billion every year. The petroleum gas, it is 26 billion. They are exporting. The refined petroleum, it is 66 billion. The coal, it is around 17.6 billion. The coal tar oil, it's 4.49 billion. And there's a lot of other things, which is the wheat, sorry, it is 8.14 billion, and that's a lot. That's by tens of millions of tons
Yeah.
of grains every year to Europe and to Middle East and some of the Asian countries. Some countries like Egypt is taking 5.4 billion wheat from Russia, and that's 80% of their consumption. 80%. So 80% of 110 million Egyptian will never find food if if things got more heated. So
Mm.
they're exporting gold, wood, platinum, semi-finished iron, and another aluminum, rhodium, platinum, and other precious metals. And they're exporting these things to who? 29% for the Chinese market, 8.3% for the Turkish market, and here for South Korea, Kazakhstan, India, and Japan. So the main five countries that import from Russia, there is no sanctions from them to Russia. There's no sanctions at all.
There you go.
So I want you to understand the propaganda, guys. I want you to understand the propaganda that hold a minute. I want you to understand that the United States propaganda. We are doing this sanction and that sanction and this sanction, and that will hold them in. That will destroy their economy. That will blah 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 bullshit blah. Putin, since 15 years, is getting his gold reserve up and getting his dollar reserve down. Since 15 years, he got around $700 billion of solid gold in the central bank. $700 billion, I'm saying it again, $700 billion of solid gold in the central bank, in the Russian central bank. And he reduced the reserve of the foreign currencies, especially the dollar, from 40% to less than 20%. So
Mm.
are you getting me? He's getting ready for this since long time. What do you think, bro?
He's not a stupid dude. I don't know why people, I think they know he's not a stupid dude, and I think they know he's not a coward. This is why you see so many like memes out there trying to mock him. But what they don't understand is this guy's not like a Westerner that's on the internet like we are. He bro doesn't meme. Dude just goes out and does stuff like you said, and he makes it happen. He has been planning on this for a while, like you said, and the guy's not stupid. And maybe we'll get into that later, or maybe I'll just jump into it right now. We'll continue what you're talking about. The simple fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like Russia is doing so badly in the Ukraine, it's not because they're doing badly. They just haven't committed the bulk of their forces to the Ukraine because they're expecting attacks in other places. The dude is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. The man is not a moron. But anyway, we'll get
Hmm.
further into that stuff later on.
Yeah, sure. Who's fighting the Russian in Ukraine, guys? You have to understand this. And here I will get back to the screen and look at here. This is called Azov Battalion. Azov Battalion. Azov Battalion is a special operation detachment. It is part of the Ukrainian defense forces, part of the Ukrainian defense forces. It is right wing extremists, new Nazis, formerly paramilitary. Do you know paramilitary? It's organizations, uh, structured military organizations like military, but without belonging to the military directly until 2014. Until 2014, when this regime, Zelensky regime came, sorry, before Zelensky regime came, after 2014, by the support of someone who's called Igor Kolomoisky. He's a Ukrainian oligarch billionaire. I'll talk about him a little bit further. He helped them to join the official army, the National Guards of Ukraine, the National Guards of Ukraine. So who's these like new Nazis? Okay, I will show you. Hold a minute. Okay, you can see this. This is in mall stairs in Kiev. This is in mall stairs in Kiev. They are putting the Nazis flags on the stairs, and I will show you. We will go to a slides here that I prepared as a presentation slides. And I will show you more pictures of battalions, the Azov battalions, because everybody was laughing when Putin was talking about there's a new Nazis in Ukraine, and everybody was laughing and he's exaggerating. He's just saying what he wants to convince people that I'm doing the right thing. What do you think, bro?
No, he was 100% correct. I mean, I recently saw some stuff, some information. This is gonna sound crazy, but TikTok is a very
Mm,
good source of information. And so, I have a very curated, like, TikTok that gives me specific information. I do the not interested thing on other stuff. And so I get a lot of Russian news, Ukraine news. And I basically saw this that Putin was right. These guys, they've got some sort of weird connection with like far right extremist groups at a national level
mm,
to where they've taken, you know, private, like you said, paramilitary organizations that are just people who just are united from their racism, and he has integrated them into government, military, and
mm,
police forces. How's Putin wrong? But see, this is the stuff that
Mm.
they're doing, and this is why I said Russia is not losing. Excuse me, they're not losing the war, but they are losing the information war. They're losing the media war, and so it's like
Mm.
the media has done a very good job of burying this information, but it's out there, and people who want to know the truth, people who want to see the truth, they find it, and those who don't, they stick to mainstream media. While they do a very poor job of surface covering it up, you know. So it's like Saeed says down there, Said Mahmoud, wow, this crap is true. And it is true, you know. But
Yeah,
we've been
yeah,
conditioned by the media to act like and think that, Putin bad, us good. And what he's saying is just some, again, propaganda. And it's not. It's terrible stuff that those people are on. And we've seen it now in terms of execution. We've seen it what it looks like in terms of non-white refugees trying to escape Ukraine.
yeah, yeah. And suddenly, Sputnik, Russian Today, all Russian media is banned on Facebook, is banned on YouTube, is banned on Twitter, is banned on satellites. Why? They don't want you to hear the other story, the other part of the story, the other side of the story. Freedom of speech is a freedom of speech for our opinion only. If you have another opinion, another side of the story, you're not allowed to say it. You're not. You're
It's
not
classic
giving
dictator.
people any other information.
Yeah. It's classic dictator behavior. You're allowed to see the media and the information that we approve of only. Anything else is, enemy state propaganda, and you're not allowed to see it. It's banned. Tell me that's not dictatorship 101.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They ban everything. George Galloway, I believe you know George Galloway, which
Yeah.
is the ex parliament member of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
United
Yeah.
Kingdom. He's like he's been politician since I opened my eyes, like since 25 year at least. And he have a show. It's called the Mother of Talk Shows. The Mother of Talk Shows.
Mhm.
He's doing it on Sputnik and the Russian Today channel on YouTube. They ban him.
Of
They
course.
ban the show. He still have his own personal channel, but they ban his show. And he's streaming from London, but he's giving you the other side of the story. Things you will never hear on CNN, on BBC, on other mainstream media. So they ban him, and they ban all the radios, all the official channels. Why? You're not allowed to speak because you're not telling people what we want to say. You're telling them
Yeah.
other things. You're not allowed.
Yeah, indeed. But another thing is this. This is my opinion. Ukraine is losing the military war, and it's another reason why they're blocking Russian media. Because you're only allowed to see the images that they want you to see. You're only allowed to see the information they want you to see. If this wasn't the case that Russia wasn't winning the military war, then they wouldn't be just outside of Kiev, and they definitely wouldn't be trying to block the media coming out of Russia. You know, uh, because it then would be like reconfirming everything that they're saying is happening. So it's obvious that things are not going the way they want. And now they need to do damage control by blocking the opposition.
Exactly, exactly. Because you're weak. You're very weak. Like when they found the biological weapons lab. We will
Yeah.
say it's lie. We will say it's lie. They got the document. The Russian got the document. Okay, we admit that we are dedicating 30 million for researches, just for researches. They found anthrax. They found all the diseases, all the major diseases that the humanity got, like really super viruses being developed in those labs. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? You know why? Because by the American law, it is illegal to do this in the United States. So the government, the Pentagon, will finance these biological weapon labs out of the United States. That's why.
Mhm. Yeah, bro. I mean, all I can do is like high five you on this stuff, man. It's like they say, preaching to the choir, man. You know, you know. Nah, you nailed it, man. But you got more information, man. Let's see this stuff, bro. You showed some
Yeah, yeah,
interesting
yeah,
stuff on it,
yeah,
man. Let's get into this. Well,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure you got
yeah.
the pattern, but yeah, go ahead, man. Go off, homie.
Sure, 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 sure. You got okay. So, guys, you know, understand that who's fighting the Russian. And by the way, if you check this dudes, if you check this Azov special operation units, what did they do? They have what is their history? Look at here, the engagement. Look at here, the engagement. War in Donbass, which is Battle of Mariupol, battle in Shak something region. I don't know how to pronounce it. It is it's difficult. Battle of Ilovaisk, Battle of blah blah blah. All these battles since 2014. You see, since 2014. So they've been what Putin and what the Russian government was saying was right. There was bombing people and killing people in Donbass. These Donbass, the Donbass area, Donbass region, it is Russian-speaking people from Russian descent. So they are Russian-speaking people. They speak both languages. They speak Ukrainian and they speak Russian, but majority of them are speaking Russian. So these forces was killing them since 2014, and the total of it is around uh, 14,000 person got killed. And by the way, for the last 8 years, the Russian government was shouting out to the world that there is some people here getting killed. They are shouting
Mm,
out to the United Nations, to the like human organization, something here to the justice International Justice Court. There's something is happening here. Nobody's gives a shit about these people. There
yeah.
was being killed civilians like every month on monthly basis, bombed and striked by this Azov battalion forces. Why? Because they are Russian speakers. They don't like them. They are
Mm.
racist. They are racist. Nazis. You know Nazis. They are
Yeah.
racist that they hate anyone speak other languages. They are like extreme nationalist. And we got here like how what's happened. I want you to see this man and check him. Do not believe anything I'm saying. Check after me. Do your research, guys. So this Igor Kolomoisky is an oligarch from Ukraine. He worth like the known number is 1.8 billion. The known number is 1.8 billion, but the unknown amount is maybe around 8 or 9 billion.
It's
So
a lot of
this
money.
guy, he's Israeli. Uh, he got Israeli passport, a Cyprus passport, and Ukrainian passport, and he live in Switzerland. Okay,
Mm.
he's billionaire. He's managing the oil company, the biggest oil company. He own 1+1 TV like, and media station. It is the biggest one in Ukraine, and he pre-owned, like he was owning the the biggest private bank in Ukraine, and they kick him out after being accused of stealing 5.5 billion dollar.
Ooh.
So he's corrupted from the toe to the top. He's corrupted mafia oligarchy billionaire. Guess uh, guess who financed the clown, the Zelensky TV series, which is the servant of the people.
Oh
Who
my.
produced it and who financed it? This guy. And both are Israelis, by the way. Both are Zionists. So this guy is an Israeli Zionist Ukrainian billionaire, and he got his puppet, which is Zelensky, Vladimir Zelensky, which is the Ukrainian president. This clown was. Let me show you this clown. What he was doing. Look at this clown. Here is this clown on one of the plays. Do you see this clown? You see what he's doing? Okay. Can you imagine people is electing this guy as a president? Can you believe that?
No,
Can you believe that?
that's
So so
embarrassing.
this so this yeah, this guy is the president. How did he got to the presidency? Uh, he've been a good actor, comedian. Everybody's laughing as you was saying. He's playing with his jingling and kissing other mans, making people laugh. So he was good actor, good comedian, good clown by other word. And
Hmm.
And this Kolomoisky want to run for presidency. He tried it in 2014, but he got only 3% of the voters' voices, of the voters' votes. Only 3%. People don't like him because he's corrupted oligarch, and people don't like him. He's a thief. He's a mafia guy. He's a gangster. So people don't like him. He tried to join. He tried to join the Jewish parties, but even the Jewish parties does not like him, because the Jewish knows that he's a gangster and knows that he's corrupted from top to the toe. So what did he did? He got Zelensky. This guy is like this guy is a smart guy. He got Zelensky, and he produced the series which is called The Servant of the People, and Zelensky was the main character in that. He got Zelensky, told him what to do, and he produced the series. The series basically Abu American was talking about, uh, like a teacher, a good
Hmm.
teacher, that he started to shout out about the corruption in the government, and they should be it is a character more like Che Guevara, like revolutionist. He's
Yeah, yeah, I
he's
got you.
rebel, like against the corruption, the thief, the theft in the government, and like we should judge him, we should judge them, we should put them in the jail. And suddenly people, like, he ran for the president and he became the president. That's in the show, a teacher who became a president. And this guy, Kolomoisky, the rich oligarch, he spent a lot of money on a propaganda marketing for this series. It became so popular in Ukraine and people loves it. He was manipulating people's emotion. People loved this character. People, because he's the hero. He's the people hero. He's fighting corruption and fixing the country up, taking care of the economy, taking care of the
Understood.
people. So they got emotional bond with him. What did he did in 2008, in 2016, I believe, or 17? He started his own party and he named it the Servant of the People. Can you
Sneaky.
believe that? Yeah, and he put his puppet, which is Zelensky, the other Zionist. He put his puppet to run for presidency, but people already got this emotional bond with this character. They love
I
him.
think they call that, like,
But
when you run on that type of thing, it's called name recognition, something like that.
yeah, yeah. By the way, he got something in 2021 from the United States, because they recognize this is the Atlantic. This is the Atlantic Council. He recognized his significant, can you read, guys? Significant corruption. Significant corruption. Do you want to be okay? Here's on Forbes. He's 1,750. Igor Kolomoisky, and it is 1 billion what they know of, because he got three nationalities, and he can
Oh
do
my.
other stuff. Yeah, he did. Hold a minute. Kolomoisky had a triple Ukrainian, Israeli, Cyprus citizenship. So he got
Guys, can I just jump in
three
right here?
citizens.
Never trust anybody who has that many citizenships. He's not loyal to any state. He's loyal to himself, and he's just making sure he's got his cards best laid out for himself. He's not dedicated nor invested in one country. He's invested where he can escape to. If your politician has multiple citizenships, it's best to look at them with a degree of suspicion. This guy right here, oof.
Yeah. Do you wanna? Okay, you will be surprised for this information. Do you know in the oil company
Mhm.
who's one of the board members that getting from Kolomoisky $250,000 per month as member of directors board member. Do you know who? You will be shocked. Hunter Biden.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Why am I not surprised? I'm actually not surprised.
Hunter Biden is getting $250,000 per month as a member of board member of directors from a company that is being managed by this Kolomoisky, which is he's the puppet master. He's playing the things from up.
Wow. This would explain a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go for more tweets here.
Please do.
Okay.
You had some good information. You ain't even got to it yet. You ain't even got to the good stuff yet. this
Yeah, yeah.
interesting
Here
stuff.
is
Good
here is
stuff's
here is
coming.
about the yeah. Here is about the by the Polish people. Polish people Polish government especially are so racist. Look at it here. It is in Daily Mail. Indians, Africans, and Middle Easterns go to another border, and I read the whole article. When they reach the people, everybody is evacuating the country. When other than white blonde people reaching the border, like Arab students, like Indian men and women working there, like Africans, any other any other people than white, they're telling them no, you have to go to other border. We are not taking any refugees except blonde people with blue eyes, and they're
Mhm.
saying it on their face.
Yeah.
So you are less a human because you have other color.
But this is like, when we look at Western history, this is the what do you call it? Chickens are coming home to roost. We've known this about these people for quite some time. This is who they are, and like everybody's acting all surprised and amazed that who they really are is coming out. It's like, and the reason why they're upset about it is because they're so invested in staying out here. And I'm from here. I'm not even invested in staying out here. So why are so many people who have immigrated out here invested in staying out here? We talked about this, and I'm not going to drag it into a different topic, but it's the same mentality. The same people who understand that Sweden will steal your kids are the same people who are invested in the idea that there's supposed to be some non-racist, fair West that they live in. And there's not. It's not. This is who these people are, man. This is who they are.
Yeah, yeah. That will make you laugh about American. They ban Russian people from KFC. Look at
Oh,
here.
wow.
What did they got?
I'm sure
They
they're
got the
upset.
KGB. They got the KGB with the same menu, with the same meals.
That's
They got the
funny.
KGB open for people.
That's just funny, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really make me laugh because you're banning us from KFC. Okay, we got KGB with the same
Yeah.
meals, same menu, same prices. What you gonna do about
Smart.
it?
Very
Okay,
smart. I like
we
that.
we got the slides, guys. And here you have to look. Okay, you have to look at that. Look at the logo. Look at the right one, which is the black one. This logo belongs to the SS Special Forces for in the Third Reich in Hitler forces. In Hitler forces, in the Nazis forces in the World War II. So this is who? This is the SS division in Hitler's army, the SS division. The second one is the Nazis' Black Sun, which is the Black Sun logo for Nazis. Okay, and that's an ancient logo. That's an ancient symbol since long time. So the third one is the Azov. If you see in on the top, it's Azov in Russian. You can read this as Azov in Russian. And look, they got the both logos, which is the black sun in the background with the SS Nazi, with the SS division Nazi logo in the front, and they got the waves under it. So for you to understand, when they say Nazis forces, and you see the logo on their arms and on their chests, for you to understand what is this logo and where does it come from. Do you have anything for this slide about American?
No, it's just like, people need to understand that Putin was right. He was right. Even if they don't like, you don't have to like the
The
guy for him
mic.
to be right. Yeah. My
Hmm.
pinky hit the thing. Yeah. You don't have to like Putin for him to be right, and it's obvious at this point that he is absolutely correct about that place and what's going on there. And taking action against that, since it's something that's happening on a national level, you know, it's totally justified.
Biological
If just
weapon, you
imagine
mean?
if United States was watching Canada become a not or Mexico become a Nazi state country. I mean, it might sound improbable, but you get the idea. Let's say Mexico, the government is finally being overrun by the cartels down there. You don't think they would take immediate action if they thought like, okay, look, they're actually taking the government. They're not just doing their own thing now. Now they're actually part of the government, being integrated into the government. You know, of course, the U.S. would take action. You can't have.
Imagine that China is planting nuclear bombs, nuclear missiles system in Mexico.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
United States will
exactly. And
do?
then those same people who you already don't get along with, cartels, whatever else, start inviting in the likes of China, or some other state that's like mostly hostile to the United States when it comes, militarily.
Hmm. This slide's gonna be fun. Hold up, guys. Okay. Who wants more proofs? Like, just look at that. Look at that. What is that red flag in the background? And what is that blue flag in the other side? The blue flag is the NATO. The red flag is Hitler flag, is the Nazis' official flag. And the third one is the Azov Special Forces flag, which is had the Nazi symbols inside. And look at here. What is this guy doing? Do you see Heil Hitler here? Can you see it? This for this thing in Europe, you will be in jail just for this. Just for this. Uh, what do they call it? This.
Salute.
Yeah, yeah. You will be in jail just for doing this. Now the NATO is financing these guys. They are sending them rockets. They are sending them monies. They are sending them helmets, drones. They are sending. They are. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like the amount of hypocrisy that you have to consume in the last
Yeah.
15 days is crazy. It's making me crazy. What do you think,
Yeah.
Paul?
I just want to address some of these comments here. Ikram was saying, guessing these Nazis are Jew friendly. Contact now says, why would an Israeli Zionist oligarch, support Ukraine when Ukraine supports Nazis? Yeah, Hitler said it right. Useful idiots. If guys are going to do your will and your bidding, and they're too stupid to actually, like, think things through themselves, like who they're being guided by and who their guiding hand is, why not use them? Let me ask you something. If I thought it would get me in untold riches and power and whatever I wanted in my life, but I had to use the Ku Klux Klan and Nazis to do it, what do you think Abu American would do? Like, yeah, that's right. Go out there and get them niggers. I'd get right on the phone and start acting like I'm one of them clanmen too. They don't have to see me. I put on a country talk, whatever else. Go out there and fight those dudes and get killed. Obviously, I do what it takes to get what I want. And at the meantime, I get the perfect thing. The one enemy or the two enemies that oppose me the most, the racists and Russia, well, why don't you two guys have a fight? And what happens? They weaken themselves. Now nobody's a threat to me. Why would you not use them to your advantage? If you can weaken both of your enemies by having them fight each other, how does that not improve my situation?
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta just
And
think about this. This is chess, guys. This is Machiavellianism 101. You have to be able to do this in your daily life. I'm just gonna go on a quick rant. Learn how to do this in your daily life. You don't see these guys doing this stuff. You don't watch the news and then pay attention to what they're doing and not like say, hey, you know what? This is not a bad idea. Maybe I could do this at work. Just saying, guys. Come on, man. This ain't rocket science, guys.
I'll show you that, like, this video will make sense to you guys. Hold on a minute. Let me show you this. Okay. This video is for George Galloway. I got it clipped from a long show. It is short video, less than a minute. Listen and listen carefully. Listen and listen carefully.
I can't hear it. The sound is not there. Oh, it's not playing.
You can't hear it at all?
I don't hear it. Maybe somebody else does. Did you, when you shared the screen, did you share audio also? Because you have to click the share audio, the little tick box.
Okay, let me.
For that entire tab and window, when you share, you have to share also at the bottom. There'll be a tick box, I think.
Yeah. I know. I guess I didn't.
Same thing, no sound. Yeah.
Okay. It's supposed to work, and something is lagging here. Okay, you got it. Hold on a minute.
Government to say that it will remain neutral, that it won't join NATO? You seriously want a European or a world war over that? Are you ready for your son to die over that? In defiance of that demand, really? Are you? But of course you won't be. You want to fight to the last drop of Ukrainian blood. You cowards. If you wanted to fight Russia, why don't you fight Russia yourselves? Why are you forcing Ukraine? It's like a big bully pushing a little boy into a fight with a bigger boy. If you want to fight Russia, why don't you fight it? You cowards. Government to say that it will remain neutral.
Did you hear that, bro?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. I mean, I said it earlier. I think it's the beginning of the show. It's like this was definitely like instigated by somebody else. Let's you and him have a fight. This was definitely instigated by others. What's the benefit of of Ukraine going to war with Russia? And Russia's not even asking anything of them big. They're just like, yo, we want neutrality from you. That's it. Be our Switzerland on our border. How's that not a good deal? You know, be neutral. and we're cool. They have reasonable demands of Ukraine. Why would Ukraine not accept? Because they're being gassed up by the West to go into a fight with Russia. And
Yeah.
now who's on their own,
The,
really?
of course, because the NATO blood is so precious to be sent to the war. We can send you some weapons, but you have to fight your war. We are
Yeah.
not sending our army because, like, we are coward for to do this. And Putin is really big guy, and he can hurt us. So one of the memes was saying, like, one was asking a general. It's a meme. He was asking a United States general, like, why did you attack Iraq? He said, we thought he got mass destruction and biological weapon and nuclear weapon. I said, okay, did you find it? He says, no. So why don't you fight Russia? He said, no, they have nuclear weapon. So they have real nuclear weapon. Like, we will
Yeah.
attack Saddam. We will say he's developing nuclear weapon, but, like, who cares? Like, 3 million Muslim died there. Like, not a big deal. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's go back here to the slide. Okay, the next one. You want more proofs, guys? Here is it. Here is more proofs. Here's the fighters with the Ukrainian army, whose United States and NATO countries sending money and weapons to. Do
Yeah.
you see, Abu American?
Yeah. It's a mess, bro.
Nazis. Okay. Ukrainian government war of lies. Look at this. On the left side, guys, that's a new piece of news. Ukrainian president fighting on the front lines. 24 February. Okay, and they're stupid. They are using the pictures that they used it before, which is the Ukrainian president inspecting borders on 2021. In
Yeah.
2021, that is around, like, 4 5 months before the war. He was going to inspect, like, the border forces, and they got the pictures. They used it as he's the military guy. He's
He's
fighting
on the
with his
front
man
line.
on the front line.
And people fell
And
for it.
yeah, yeah,
They ate it right
people
up.
is cheering him.
Yeah.
People is cheering him, like he was cheering the Israeli forces when they was bombing Gaza. And by the way, this guy voted against in the United Nations against the right for Palestinians to have a country. He voted against them.
Why am I
This
not
guy,
surprised?
he voted against them. He's Zionist. I got pictures. Look at the thumbnail. He's wearing the Jews, what they call it, the small
Yarmoki or
hat.
something like that. Yarhamoki or something. I don't know what it's called. Yarmoki or some crazy stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen.
like
Yeah.
the Orthodox Jews.
But this goes
And
back
he
to what I was saying
support
about, like,
Israel.
yeah, this is what goes back to what I was saying, though. They're winning the media war. They're winning the media war by
Hmm.
far. But the actual
Hmm.
war is a different story. Why is Russia right
Yeah.
outside Kiev if they're winning the war?
Hmm.
You
I
know?
saw I saw the I saw a picture that they're playing it dirty, and they're playing it for power, not for the people. Because the Russian forces is not really uh, bombing the people, like the civilians people. They are not doing that. If they want to do that, they will do it in the first one day. They will turn Kiev to dust. They have
Mm.
the capabilities, but they don't want to. They don't want to. I'll tell you something about the Russian. I speak Russian, by the way, for guys who doesn't know, and I have friends in both in Ukraine and in Russia. Uh, Russian people consider Ukrainian cousins. They consider them Slavics. They are all from the same race. They have they have bonds, historical bonds between them. So they do not consider the Ukrainian people enemies, but they
Mhm.
consider the Ukrainian regime, which is this Zionist clown. And by the way, 50% of his cabinet is Jews. Can you believe that?
Yes.
In Ukraine, there is no this percentage of Jews. Like they are very small minority, but 50% of his cabinet are Zionists, such as himself.
Surrounds himself
So
with his homies in his,
they hate
you
these
know.
people. Yeah, they hate these people. They don't hate the Ukrainian people, the civilians people. They do not hate them. If they hate them, they will wipe them out in the first one day. But they don't want to, and they are
Yeah.
playing it dirty. I don't know if you saw that picture about American, which is that the howitzers gun between the civilians complex. They was putting howitzers gun, big howitzers
Mhm.
guns,
Yeah.
like among the civilians complex accommodations, like a lot of
Yeah.
civilians buildings. They put the howitzers between them. Why they are doing that? Because they know the Russian gonna strike the howitzers guns,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
when they strike the howitzers guns, they're gonna take down like a building or two around it. It's not
Indeed.
gonna be like accurate by millimeter. This is war. So when they took one civilian's building down, they'll say, "You see, the Americans are the Russians are striking the civilians' building. You see, and pictures, media. Look, they are bombing the civilians. No, you're liar, piece of shit. You are putting military units, and look at the next slide. Next slide will prove. Did you hear? Did you hear about the Russians bombing the schools? Did you hear about that? The Russians is
Mm.
bombing the schools. The Russians is bombing the hospitals. They are dirty murderers. Why they are bombing the schools? First of all, there's no children in the schools at
Yeah.
all. Zero. There is no children in the schools. Okay, that's first of all. Second, why you are putting your military forces inside the children's school? You're piece of shit. Why? Because these guys will start open fire on the Russian in the Russian army, and the Russian army will not throw them by roses and flowers. You know, they will hit back, and when they hit back, they will hit back the school. The Ukrainian government will take these pictures and say, look, the schools children, they are bombing the children's schools now. Do you see, guys, where is the like how are they playing this very, very, very dirty? This is a dirty media game.
This is probably one of the most overt media wars that we will live to see, or we have lived to see. I can't think of any other time where the media was so skewered in portraying one side bad and the other side good, like I have right now. Maybe I just missed previous wars or whatever else, but this one is really bad, and
Mm.
it's so blatant that if you don't catch it now, it's like you just you're gonna have a rough life if you don't see it.
Yeah, yeah. For you guys, you have to read between the lines, and you have to check for other sources of information. Do not ever, never, ever trust the mainstream media. I listen to them, but for processing, just for
Oof.
understanding how they lie, and is they are getting better in lies or not. That's the only reason that I listen and read the mainstream media, and I will search for other side of story from other sources. As you see, the military inside the school, when the Russian hit the school, the Russian is the bad people. You know the international law that you cannot use a civilian's residence or a hospital or a school as a military base. You can't do that. The Ukrainian government is doing that since the beginning of the invasion, and nobody says anything. No, anything.
What do they call
That's
them?
surprise.
Civilian shields or something like that. Human shields. It's like, yeah,
Human shields.
that's what
Yeah,
they're doing.
they are banning non-Ukrainian from leaving cities for them to die and to get like an emotional tornado among their countries. Like
Yeah.
they were holding some Indians in Kiev, and the Indian president's called who? He called Putin. He did not call Zelensky. He called Putin. Told him like
Like
there's
a good
some
little,
Indian.
good little dog he is, Go boy, call Putin boy.
Uh, and he told him, "Let the Ukrainian leave them, and I will send them by my planes, by military planes. I will
Mm.
send them to India by military planes. But I'm not holding them. The Ukrainian is. So they are free to leave. They are civilian, like they are students and other, like very regular guys. Like let them leave. Let them leave. Like tell the Ukrainian government to let them leave, and I will pass them to the border for you. So I have no problem with it. Okay.
Yeah.
The US Army like got pissed off, and they start to getting prepared. Do you read the American?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
While the Russia wages full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the U.S. Army is mandating its soldiers to submit to training on gender pronouns and the treatment of transgender soldiers. So,
I'm reading this and it's
do you
getting
like that?
frustrated.
They are getting training on gender pronouns and transgender, how to treat transgender soldiers. So that's how
Amazing.
they are getting ready.
Brave and daring. Daring and bold.
Like, do you think that's personal question about American? Do you think really NATO scares the Russian?
No. No. I don't think NATO scares too many people anymore. I mean, this is it. This is it right here. This is NATO. We want to know your pronouns. We don't know if you want to know if you bro. It's like if you don't stop that transgender training and do some weapons training, what is wrong with you people? It's the military. Learn combat. Your pronouns and all that stuff. Oh my. Allahu Akbar. Bro, these dudes, we're done. We're done. The West is done. This is,
Yeah.
bro, you can't tell me we're not finished. Our
Mm.
military, during a war, a current war, an active war with one of the world superpowers, is
Yeah.
talking about training soldiers for transgender. How are we not finished? You got a superpower talking about I'm activating our nuclear forces right now
Mhm.
because we're facing threats from everybody. Coach Kareem, I think it's time
Yeah.
we get the soldiers trained up on those pronouns. The Russians are activating their nuclear forces. Let's get our guys on those gender pronouns and transgenderism right now. This is the most important thing we can think of right now.
What is this nuclear identify as?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh man, we're done,
They will
bro.
go to the
We're done.
defense ministry. They will go to the defense minister. Do you see me? He looked like a gangster, the Russian one. He looked like a real gangster. Like they will go to him. What should what is your pronoun, sir? He, she, or they? You see, like what the fuck? Really? You're sending
Sir, the
me
nuke
these?
told us that it identifies as a tank. Okay, we can no longer shoot it at the enemy. It wants to drive there. But I mean, what? What are we doing? Sorry, no, I'm gonna go on a crazy rant. I'm just gonna suck it in.
Go, 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 go.
Nah, man, I can't do it, bro. I'll lose my cool completely, bro. I'll just
Okay, I will show you. I will show you another one. Hold a minute. They are really getting ready. The Americans Armed Forces ramp up diversity and inclusion training face of looming war in Ukraine. Do you see that? Do you see the board? Do you see the rainbow flag? And try to be less white.
I got nothing, man. I got
Here is
nothing.
it. Here is it. This one will give you the trigger. The NATO officials is taking it seriously.
Yeah,
Look at the officials of
yeah,
the
yeah.
NATO.
A bunch of dudes dressed up like women. I'm gonna take that seriously. How do you take that seriously?
People is blowing, laughing. Do you think
You a
like
dude, you a full mustachio dude that's got to shave like multiple times, dressed up as a woman, talking about we getting serious about an enemy. And how you what, oh Allahu Akbar. Just imagine it. Work with me here. This dude, he wants you to take him seriously, and he's literally sitting there telling you, as a full-grown man with junk in his pants, wants you to believe that he's a woman. From the ground up, there's no way I could take you seriously. There's nothing you can say that would make me take you seriously at that. You could point, I could watch you pick up a gun and load it, and I'd be like, dude, you ain't gonna shoot me. I don't care. You're a dude dressed up like a woman trying to tell me that you're actually a woman. Do you think I'm gonna take you seriously? I'd get shot. Okay, maybe they are serious, but I can't take them seriously. How do you take that seriously? You think the Russians are sitting here right now like, oh, whoa, 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 let's back down, let's stand down. Really? Bet you their forces ain't confused. Like, look at that picture. What? I'm getting stressed out here. Our safety is in these people's hands.
around 6 defense ministers are females in Europe, including France, Germany.
I'm looking at a bunch of
Including
dudes and
France,
maybe
Germany.
possibly one woman. Maybe. I can tell you for
Yeah.
sure 3 of them people right there are dudes for sure. Women? What women? Maybe the one with the glasses on the left next to the throat dude with the Adam's apple. Maybe that's a woman. Maybe. Sorry.
Yeah.
Semantics.
And they're sending support of American. They are sending support. Do you see the pronouns on the guy's chest?
Oh my. You gotta be kidding me. Because that makes a difference when you're pew-pewing out there in the field, in the field of war. Who does that matter to in combat? She, her. Who does that matter to? Oh my. We are a joke in the West. The world has to look at us like we're absolute clowns. If they don't, then the world deserves to be messed up.
like the Russian guy who's in the battle face to face with you. Do you think he really care like that you prefer people to call you she and her?
Exactly. If I was on
He
the field
will
of
blow
combat and
your
someone
heads
showed
up.
up with a tag like that, she and her, dude, I don't know what the heck I do, but it wouldn't be anything good. Can you imagine yourself, Kareem, imagine you're in battle. You're shooting whatever else. Bam, you get a little break. You show up. Hey, we got some relief forces. Nice reinforcements. I can take a break. And the dude shows up, she, her on his chest.
We got fucked.
What could possibly go through your mind at that moment to help you salvage any hope that your situation is going to improve?
Are these officers, Said is asking, are these officers men or women? I don't know. I don't know actually. He's his pronounces she and her, and he put the rainbow flag with the M16 logo on it. Like what? The Russian
I'm
army is
sure
fighting with bears in the free in the space time.
I'm sure the
They
Ukrainians
wrestle
really
with bears.
appreciate that. I'm sure those Nazi Ukrainians really appreciate the trans special forces. I'm sure they do. I'm quite sure they'll respect their gender pronouns and, welcome them with open arms. Definitely going to be happy to see him. Don't hug these dudes too tight. That's not a comb in his pocket. He is happy to see you. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
She is happy to see you. So
she.
just be
Sorry,
careful.
sir. My pronoun is they. You can call me they
Mm.
or Caesar.
They came packing, okay? More than just weapons. She came packing, okay?
Okay, the next slide. And by the way, they are banning the Russian cats from beauty competitions, and the Russian cat is angry.
Yeah, that'll show those
The
cats.
Russian cat, the Russian cat is angry. Like they are
How dare
banning
you
the
be a
Russian
Russian
cats.
cat?
How dare
So
you?
how can the world after this take us seriously? This has doomed us. This you can't tell me the Chinese are sitting here. This is why the Chinese flew right into Taiwan right at the beginning of all this. They was like, look at these clowns, man. We can just pray. We can do what we want. Look at these dudes. They're banning Russian cats. We could just take Taiwan. What are they gonna do? Ban Chinese cats?
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna send the trans special forces after us? Yeah. All right, watch this. Bang runs over Taiwan. What? We're in trouble, man. We're in trouble.
That will never work with the Chinese because they eat the cats. Like
Bro, they've opened. That's true. I forgot all about that. Yeah, the bat flu. We're gonna get the cat flu next. Bro, this is a Pandora's box they've opened. If I had a country that was half powerful, I'd be like, oh man, these dudes is done. And next time they come at me talking about some crazy stuff, I'm like, you know what, man? Why don't you send the trans special forces over here and come talk to me? We gonna fight this out. How do you? How would you not? How can you take the West seriously after this?
yeah, send me the she her unit, please.
We're
I
in
don't want
trouble,
the
man.
they unit. I want the she her unit.
This is bad. This is bad.
And suddenly jihad is good, you know? And this like just like that, Europeans understood jihad. Here's an Irish,
Mhm.
Scottish grandpa travels to Ukraine to find Russian. When Muslims in the last like 50 years was doing that, there was tourist, you know, this tourist
Mhm.
Muslim, like they're traveling to other countries to fight, kill people. But now it is acceptable. Now jihad is a great thing. The
But
Europeans had.
to the credit, the Home Office did say that if any British citizens travel to Ukraine to fight against Russians, they will be prosecuted when they return. They did say that. I read that today. So the
Yeah, yeah.
official stance
For the
of the government
constitution.
of the Home Office is, yeah, you are not allowed to go and fight for a foreign government. You know, you will be prosecuted if you go to Russia and or Ukraine and fight the Russians. Yeah.
Yeah. But other countries are sending people and they
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
encouraging people to go there.
I'm just stupid.
Yeah. What a coincidence. Check this out, of American. Biden's son, Romney's son, Pelosi's son, and Kerry's son all are all on the board of directors of energy companies doing business in Ukraine. What did I told you before?
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said,
Hunter
the U.S.
Biden is getting
Yep,
$250,000 per month.
the U.S. benefits from this war greatly, and a
Mm,
lot of people don't want to hear that. And we see now there's a lot of connections to our government officials that support this. But people, they want to believe the mainstream media, like if they're not lying to you and not covering up what's really happening here. But the truth is right there in plain sight, you know. And we're stupid. We're stupid for well, some of us are stupid for falling for it. But they
yeah.
they they pulled an entire fake pandemic, so now they know they can do whatever they want, and make people just like say, hey, it's inevitable that it's going to get worse, more blatant, less secretive. Now that they know they can get away with it more than ever.
Mm. But who's getting benefit of it? The corrupted Democrats, like the politicians, are getting benefits of it, not the American people, because American
No.
people with the inflation are everything's going to be expensive, gas, gasoline, gas, and everything, almost everything gonna rise up in prices because the dollar itself, it will decrease the purchasing value of the dollar. It will be decreased, and that's gonna be one of the consequences of banning Russia off SWIFT, because they have other choices. They have
Hmm.
other choices, and you want to ban Russia from SWIFT. They have their own system, and they have the Chinese system for money exchange. And
Yeah.
now, you know what? They don't need dollar anymore. Russia
Yep.
don't need dollar, and all countries who's doing trading with Russia, who used to deal with dollar, they don't need dollar also. So the dollar purchase power over time will be decreased. That's what they are not telling you. The other side or the other consequence of the sanctions on Russia.
Yeah.
That is it.
Russia's not suffering, but we are. Prices are going up in the West like insane. We are going to have problems very soon. We'll just wait for these food prices to hit. Next season comes around, like we said, with wheat exports like just dropping off from Russia and Ukraine, two of the biggest exporters in the world. Just wait and watch what happens. Things are going to get real ugly real soon. I am glad back when the whole pandemic started, I bought weapons. I've got a lot of them. So I'm happy. I hope everybody else is getting ready, man, because it's going to get interesting. These are going to be interesting times coming soon.
Yeah, yeah. This picture like tell you that the how to what degree the hypocrisy in the media and the mainstream media, the U.S. media, which is, here's the list of the countries that have been bombed by the United States Armed Forces in the last 60 or 70 years, starting from Korea, China, Guatemala, Indonesia, Cuba, Guatemala, Congo, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Guatemala again, Grenada, Lebanon. They bombed both the Lebanese and the Syrian sides. Libya,
Mm,
El Salvador, Nicaragua, Iran, Panama, Iraq, Kuwait,
the
Somalia,
world.
Bosnia, Sudan, Afghanistan, Yugoslavia, Yemen, Iraq, and Iraq again in 2003, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Somalia, Yemen, Libya, and Syria. These countries have been bombed by who? By the United States Army, and they wipe out cities. They turn cities into dusts with millions of civilians killed. Since the
Yeah.
beginning of this war, there is no 1,000 civilian killed. There is
Mm,
no 1,000. But in Iraq alone, they killed 3 million civilians. And now the Russian guys are the bad people. Really, really. So So America bombed around 50 country in the last 60 year. That is okay. Millions of people killed. That is okay. But it is not okay if Russia defend themselves because you reach their border. They did not come to the South America to bomb someone. No, you reach their border.
Gotcha.
Don't you
Yeah.
think that's hypocrisy about
Of
America?
course, I mean this stuff, man. It's like I ain't even got. I've spoken this out so many times, man. It's just like, yeah, the United States, we're an aggressive nation, and we've convinced the world. This is like Allah said in the Quran. When they say, "But nay, we are the peacemakers." But in actuality, they're the ones who cause fitna in the land. These are these guys, man. These are these guys, 100%. I mean, nobody can say that the United States is not an aggressor nation. We are 100% an aggressive nation where we move around like a modern empire, and if you get in the way, or if you act like we're the bad guy, or you open your mouth too much, we'll come and we'll conk you on the head. We just whack you on the head with some weapons. We might like tomahawk you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We might drone you. So be careful. This is real
Yeah.
talk.
And listen to this real talk with Biden, with
Trump.
Trump, with the Trump. Yeah, look what he's answering when the reporter was telling him that Putin is a killer, but Putin is a killer. Putin is a killer. Look and listen.
Will I get along with him? I have no idea. It's very
He's a
possible
killer,
I
though.
won't.
Putin's a killer.
A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent? You think our country's so innocent?
I don't know of any government leaders that are killers in America.
Well, take a look at what we've done too. We've made a lot of mistakes. I've been against the war in Iraq from the
Yeah,
beginning.
mistakes are different
We made
than.
a lot of mistakes. Okay, but a lot of people were killed. So a lot of
All right.
killers around, believe me.
That was great. That
Yeah.
was great. Do you think our people
But
are innocent?
But that's why they hated him. That's why they came for him, because he kept it kind of real. For all the hate that he got, and the dude kept it real. Muslims
Hmm.
voted for all these wars and all these problems we got now. Muslims voted for it. The inflation, the should have stuck with Trump. Trump was real. He was the guy you knew. This other guy, man, he real dodgy. He's causing us all problems all over the place. Everything went silent. Trump left office. Everything kicked off again.
Exactly. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the Checheni brothers who's fighting in the war, because
Mm,
I hear a lot of people like ranting the Checheni people for joining this war. And first of all,
mm.
you have to understand, guys, that Checheni is part of the Russian Federation. It
Yep.
is not independent country. A lot of people
They are
think they are
Russians.
independent country. They are not independent country. They don't have passport. They don't have constitution. They don't have like their own government. They are under the Russian Federation. They are like a small state inside the Russian Federation, like Dagestan. It is inside Russia, and their army is the Russian army. So in this case, like, why do you join the Russian army? They do not join the Russian army. They are the Russian army. They did
Yep.
not join or not join. They are the Russian army. They're taking their salaries from the Russian government. And like they are paying their salary, the government employees' salary. They are like the military weapons and budget, everything. They are part of Russia, so they are not joining Russia. They are Russia.
Yep.
A lot of people think they are different country. So
Yeah,
why
I'm
these
kind of confused
Muslims
about that
join?
also. Nah, the Chechens are Russians, and I don't why people, yeah, they're Muslims also, but they're Russians. So it's like, don't be
Yeah,
surprised.
this is their country.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna fight for their country and their people. They're not. At the end of the day, those people, that's their home, that's their people, that's their country. Yes, they have the loyalties. We see that they pray and everything, but at the end of the day, don't forget that those are Russians also. They're Muslims, but they're Russian Muslims or Muslim Russians or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Yusuf here saying, did you hear Kamala Harris was said? Kamala Harris is explaining the Russian war like
I saw her stupid video.
she was like a kindergarten
It was
teacher.
insane.
Uh,
Was she explaining
there
that
is
to
two.
children?
No, she was explaining it to people on the radio,
Mm,
but she was acting like a kindergarten. There is two countries. What big country is Russia, and there is a small country beside it is Ukraine, and the big country attack the small country, and that is wrong. Is that it?
I
Really?
heard it.
You are the vice president.
Yeah, I heard it, and it was just like I literally thought she was like talking to some kids, and I was like, "Yeah, if you're explaining it to like a 4-year-old, yeah, it's cool." Put butter in our top, but I mean, Americans in general just need to put butter in their pockets because y'all is toast. It's a mess, man, bro. We have the worst, just the worst political elite that could lead a country
Mhm.
are in office right now. And I mean, we're in the worst of times. There's war, there's inflation, there's shortages, there's all sorts of things going on, and we got clowns like her up here talking to the American people and the world like they're 3-year-olds. This is the best we got. This is our best we brought. When push came to shove, this is what we pulled out of our pocket. These are the best.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, the Russian government is so patient about America. Until now, they are still pumping gas and oil to all Europe.
Mm.
They are still pumping it until now. Like
It's
they
not
are
gonna
so
last much longer.
patient.
It's not gonna last much longer though, because they're gonna start putting all these sanctions on Russia, and eventually they're gonna counterattack in terms of sanctions, and we aren't holding all the cards when it comes to economic sanctions. We aren't.
Yeah, the prime minister of Germany says if we lost power, like the German economy will fall down. He said it clear,
They're already
loud
talking
and clear.
about collecting 200 billion in taxes from homeowners here because there's so many problems. So home ownership's about to become a thing of the past in Germany,
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
because of all of this. It's having so many knockoff effects across the board. And the German government keeps on losing more and more revenue because, like, the entire eastern half of this country drives to Poland on the weekend to gas up. There's
Hmm.
something like, I think petrol is something like 64 cents without taxes on it, right? That's how much it would cost per liter for diesel, the cheapest. I think it's like 64 cents roughly.
Hmm.
You know how much diesel is right now? It's like €2.30. So
Whoa,
all of that is tax.
that's
All of
four
that,
times more.
everything. Yes. So everything above 64 cents is tax. And everybody on this side of the country and everybody who's bordering another country are driving outside the country to get their fuel, myself included.
Hmm.
The
So it
government's
is
stealing.
traffic on the border.
It's
It's
crazy.
traffic on the border.
Yeah, I'm not go. I don't go on weekends now. I'm go during the week because on the weekends it's just insane.
Hmm.
So drive over to Poland, gas up, come back. So
Yeah, it
Poland
is.
bans it, but I don't think they will because they're collecting all the money.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. It is. So I will say like my last things about the Checheni people. The Checheni people lives in Russia. They are Russian citizens, and then they live in Russia as uh, as a minority. They are not like a really small minority because they are around 20 million Muslim. The overall Muslims is around 20 million in Russia,
Hmm.
and they are fully respected as any other Russian individual. So like Christians, like other religions, and they have like they are free to build their masjids, like to their wives is wearing fully hijab, like they are doing their things, nobody's touching them. And they call Ramadan Kadyrov is the the spoiled son of Putin, because Putin is love Putin likes him a lot, and he support like Grozny a lot with a lot of money. Grozny is full of skyscrapers right now, like it's a well developed city. And Putin is taking care of Muslims in Russia in general. Like
Yeah,
he got the big mosque in Moscow 2 years ago, opened by himself. It is like around, I don't know, 20
yeah.
person mosque. It's a huge one in Moscow. So yeah, go ahead, Abu American.
No. I said it already. It's like it's like America. People are confused. They don't understand that America has more Muslims than Saudi Arabia. Those people are Americans too. They serve in the military. They serve in the police forces. They're still Muslims. Even if people don't like the fact that they serve in those militaries and they serve in those police forces, they're still Muslims. Not something that evicts a person from from the religion. So it's the same thing. Islam is a growing part of every nation, and whether you like it or not,
And
they're of that
yeah,
nation.
unless you're not fighting a Muslim country, it is
Yeah.
okay to fight with your nation, because like it happens a lot in the Islamic history. I got back to Sheikh, to a really like respected Sheikh regarding this. He
Mhm.
said it happens a lot when Muslims used to live in Russia, like during the Ottoman Empire
Mhm.
era. Like there is some Muslims in non-Muslims country. They was living there. They are original people of the country. Like they are citizens of those countries. When their country used to get into war with other non-Muslim country, they used to join the war and get the benefits of it. Okay, but
Mm.
if their country is going into clash or conflict with Muslim country, they do not engage in war. And by the way, the Ukrainian the Azov, they released the video. The Azov military forces released the video. They are using the pigs. What do they call it? The
Blood,
pig's fat.
fat. Yeah,
Yeah, the pig's fat to put it
the bullets. I saw that. Yeah,
on the bullets. Yeah, on the bullets to
yeah,
kill Muslims. Do you see how this racism eats them inside? They hate Muslims.
yeah,
So, do you want to join to fight these people? Yeah, I will gladly join. Of course.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what
Indeed,
Shishan
man.
is doing, guys. Like, take it easy on your brothers. They're still your brothers in Islam, and they are
Yes, they are.
defending their countries, and they are part of this country, and this country giving them all what they need, and it respects them. Like one of the sheikhs actually remind me about American these. Because Chechnya and Russia used to be in war during the Soviet Union era. When it ended, when Putin came, the
Mhm.
war ended in around 2000. Putin came to the place to the presidents in 2001. So he got what did they call it? Mutual understanding and agreement with the Chechenese people. Like
Yes.
he says, why we should like keep killing each other since like long time. You are part of Russian people. We will accept you with your religion, and we will support you. We'll do this and that, but you are part of our people. We'll give you all things that you need. We will you will join the military, the government employees, and other things, and you will have all your freedom, but you will be part of the Russian nation. And they joined
Yeah.
to that, like the father of Kadyrov, father of this president of Shishan, which is Ramadan Kadyrov. His father got to this agreement with Putin back in 2001. So they are living in peace. So I got back to this sheikh. He says, like, I hope the Chinese Muslims will get to such agreement with the Chinese government, such as Shishani with Russia. They will live in
Mhm.
peace. And I wish Indians will get into agreement with the Indian government. They will live in peace. So in that case, it is okay to join military because you are part of the country.
Yeah.
That's it. You have anything to add for that about American?
No. You said it, man. You said all that needs to be said. Um, no, man. I can't really add to that right now. Mashallah. In this final part, I mean, there are brothers. Even if, no matter what your stance is, it's a sin. It's not something that I know of that removes one from the religion, unless you got some dalil for it. Make dua for your brothers. That they don't get harmed in general. But especially fighting those people. So. We know those people are upon oppression. We're seeing it real time. We've seen it from the photos. We've seen it from the history. So make dua for your brothers that Allah rewards them for fighting oppressors and evil people and racists, and removing them from the earth, inshallah. Make dua that our
Inshallah.
brothers have the intention to bring tranquility, sakina, fi ard. Make dua for that.
Inshallah.
Don't be mad at them.
Inshallah, by God's will. I believe we come to the end here. Like I covered, we talked about all the subjects that I want to talk about. This show was really informative, guys. Like who joined lately, like
Good
get
stuff.
back and watch the full of it. There is a lot of like useful information in it. And about American, like any last thoughts?
No, barakallah feek, man. Thanks for having me on, bro.
You're most welcome, bro. You're most welcome. Barakallah feek. Thank you guys for watching us.
Alright.
Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, brothers.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.